Hi everyone and welcome. Today I'm joined by ESHAN, a swing trader who's not built an impressive track record with nearly 23,000 in trading profit, but is also leading a growing Discord community where he shares valuable market insights. In this interview, we will dive into ESHAN trading journey. He will walk us through his strategy that stuck with him and how he combines fundamentals, market sentiment, and technical analysis. We will also talk about discipline and routines that help him to develop his consistency and how he provides a value to his trading community and what he learned along the way. So let's jump into it. So my first questions are about your trading journey. So becoming a trader. So first, I would love to know, so how did your trading journey begin and what pulled you into crypto trading?
Okay, so I initially found out about crypto in I think about 2021, and it was like presented as a way of making money very quick. That you can get into crypto and then you can start making money in a very short period of time.
Yes.
And that pulled me, and I think, okay, yes, this is something that I can start making money through. And this can eventually give me a financial freedom that I'm looking for. And when I actually got into crypto, the very first month of mine was very profitable, but I didn't realize it's called beginner's luck. That's when you get into it gives you a sense of like confidence that you are doing good. And I was trading just based on my guts that, okay, I think that this coin is going to go up, I will enter a long position. If I think this coin is going to do, I will just trade based on my guts. And that gave me confidence that, okay, I don't need to learn. I am doing pretty good just based on my guts. And that is how it's going to go down. So for I think the first 2 years, it stayed this way. And those exact 2 years, yeah.
Did you have a beginner's luck for 2 years, or was it just like first month?
No. Just for the first month, I think also.
Good. I was like, okay.
I wish it lasted for 2 years.
Yes. So that's good. So you basically thought that you will become rich like fast with like trading.
Yeah.
I was there.
Trading and just based on my guts, and this is how it will just stay forever.
Yes.
And I think in those two periods of 2 years of time span, I figured out that, okay, this is not working out. This is not taking me anywhere. I have to work on myself. That this is something too big. It messed up my emotions. It messed up my nights. I couldn't even sleep well. So that period comes as well. So those first 2 years were the very first phase of my trading career. So yeah.
So that was like hard like reality check, and then you were just like, so basically you were like starting with this like mindset, oh, you will become rich fast, and then after that you were basically like doing the hard work, the emotions and everything. So what made you stick with trading even after setbacks and failed accounts?
So after I think like 2 or 2.5 years, I realized that, okay, I've lost a lot of money into it. And maybe I need to switch my path. I need to switch to something else because this is not working out for me. But then I thought, okay, I have came this far. I have learned a lot from YouTube as well, but the things that I was learning from YouTube, that is only the retail approach towards crypto. That only takes you somewhat far away, but that isn't consistently profitable for you. I thought, okay, I have lost a lot of money, but there are people who are making money through it. So they're doing at least something that I'm not doing, and I have to figure it out. So I stick to it. I knew that if I stick long enough and if I don't give up, maybe someday I could eventually become profitable, and I could eventually achieve those goals that I came into crypto with initially, that I will make money and I will make money decently good. So
you basically saw the light at the end of the tunnel that like, yes, I will one day.
Yeah, there will be a light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, exactly.
That's so good because you had the goal and you were like, what about like positivity? Like, were you able to stay like positive through that, like, you know, learning journey and like setbacks? Or you mentioned that you like struggle a bit emotionally. So how was it like, you know, how did you, because I think you have also failed few accounts before like getting payout and even after payouts. So there was like the journey, like getting a payout, being, funded and all of that, then going failed, becoming failed and then starting again. So what kept you going through all of that, through the fails and,
I would say it was a very bumpy ride all along. Initially, as for the positivity, I don't think I was a very positive trader in terms of emotions. As I said, at one point I thought that maybe I need to switch paths because this is not working, and I was almost about to give up. And when I planned to stick to it, but I was like, okay, whatever it's going to take, even if it takes 100% of my effort, I am going to put into it.
Yeah. So I would say it was hard work. I don't know. What do you think? What made you stick with it?
I won't say it was a very hard work, because all I had to do was sit in front of the charts the whole day. So all I'm doing is just sitting in front of the chart and just looking at the screen, and I'm analyzing. I am testing different strategies, what works, what doesn't. So it wasn't like a lot of hard work, but it was something like I was putting in some sort of effort.
Yes.
So yeah,
I feel like even this, because like usually people think that like trading is just about like entering position and canceling and like taking a profit, but actually there is a lot of like, you know, stuff behind it. So like backtesting, adjusting your strategy, and just like sitting at a computer. And sometimes, as you mentioned, the emotions are really hard. So I feel like that can be, I would call it hard work, to be honest, if you were like sitting before your computer and just watching a screens and like doing some backtesting, because that can be really emotionally draining, especially during the drawdowns.
But now, since it's been 4 years, I don't really think that it was too much of that hard work, because now when I look at the bright side of it, like I'm making a decently good money, so I'm okay with that. So when I started out and started working on my own strategy and my own system, I made it initially very complicated, that, okay, I have to see this, and I have to make it like very professional, and I have to keep it everything A plus, and only that is how I will be profitable. But I eventually figured out that, okay, the way I will be profitable is not by complicating it. The easier and the simpler you take the approach, it's going to be much better.
So true.
So it takes time. Each of this thing takes time to figure out, and when it clicks you, that is only when you start acting upon it. Like if I tell you that, okay, so you don't have to complicate it, you will not. I don't think you will act upon me. But when you will try it out on charts, and when you will see for yourself that, okay, this is how it works, then you will like act upon it. Then you will add it as a part of your discipline.
Yes, definitely. I agree with you like on 100%. I feel like if you have simpler strategy, there is that like less a percentage on, you know, doing some human mistakes or something like that. So if you overcomplicate it, usually the profitability is lower. But it's like you need to trade for at least 2 years, I feel, to get to that point of mindset, like, simpler strategy
exactly
better for you. So that's good.
And it's not just about the charts, it's about your own patience and how disciplined you are, how much of you follow your rules and how much stick to them. Because each one of these things matters, and how much of your risk management is good for your profitability.
Yeah.
So that does take a big impact on that. As long as, I mean, if you're a good trader and if you have a good setup, if you have a good strategy as well, but if you're not good at risk management, I think you will lose money in the long term, because you are not managing risk that well. You don't have a good risk to reward in your setups, and that won't take you very far away.
Yeah. You have mentioned it took you around 2 years, right? Yeah. I feel like 2 years is like the golden point for most of the traders. They either continue trading or they just like quit. So that was such a good turning point. Yeah.
And I'm glad that I didn't give up at that time.
Yeah, definitely.
So now let me share my screen. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So this was a setup. It was, I think, a 7% TP. And this was the exact setup that helped me make about $8,000 from a single trade. I think this was one of the most banger trades of my past 2-3 months.
The risk reward is also really good. It's almost 4.
Yeah.
That's really good.
It's 3. It's almost 4. Yeah.
Is it like usually like do you have like risk reward around like 3, or is it like?
Yeah. I just like try to keep it above 2. And if the setup is really good, I will just go with 2 as well.
Yes.
Okay, so this was the setup. As I said earlier, I first look at a higher time frame. So I make sure that my setup is first aligned on a higher time frame, then I switch to a lower time frame to define my entries. So if we look closely here, we can see that this was our resistance here, and it eventually managed to break out of this resistance. Whenever breakout happens, price eventually comes back down to retest, and that exactly happened here. So I knew that this was our reversal area where a major reversal will go on to happen. And then I switched to a lower time frame on 30-minute. Okay, so if we see here, we can see that when it first tapped this reversal zone, it initially created this double bottom. When any retail trader will see this double bottom on this reversal zone, they will enter a long position, considering that this is a double bottom, which is a reversal pattern. The price is in a reversal zone, so it makes all the more sense to enter a long position here. But what happened later on was that these lows were rated, like there was a liquidity grab below these lows. And all of this area that the price consolidated here, this was our manipulation area. So what I do mostly is that I actually anticipate manipulation in the first place, and when it happens, it gives me a better confidence that, okay, so now that since the liquidity is grabbed, now we can go up, and also the price is in support level as well, so it makes more sense. And now what I wanted was a confirmation that, okay, so now since the liquidity grab is done, but the structure that we had was bearish, so I first waited for it to turn bullish. I waited for a market structure shift. Okay, so if we see here, we can see that this high was broken out and the price eventually gave us a market structure shift. A market structure shift shows that, okay, so now our structure is bullish, and it makes more sense now to enter a long position that, okay, so now liquidity grab is done, price is in a reversal area, our market structure shift has been done as well. This, if you can see my entry, it was precisely at the bottom. So I managed to enter precisely at the bottom, and not just that. My TP was at these equal highs, like the previous highs. This was my TP, and it managed to snipe it as well. So it was perfectly. It played out very perfectly.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It exited here at the price. Yeah.
What about the stop loss? How do you decide on the stop loss?
Yeah, so I usually make sure that if there's an FVG around this breakout area, I usually put my stop loss below that FVG. So even if it goes down to fill that imbalance, my stop loss would still be safe. So here we had an FVG, and if you can see, my stop loss was I think about 2%. So it was safer in both aspects. So if even if it comes down to fill this, I will still be safer.
Yes. That's such a good strategy. I love how you combine your technicals with the fundamentals and market sentiments in your analysis. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm just laughing because at the start we were like, oh, it's a simple strategy, but I'm trading something completely different. So I'm just like, it is simple.
It looks complicated here, but I think it looks complicated here, but it's pretty easy.
Yeah, but
pretty easy to understand once you know.
Yeah, seeing your chart, it's actually not that not overcrowded. So I can tell definitely.
I don't really have a lot of drawings here and a lot of indicators. Okay, so now I will first see this and I can see that, and then there's this moving average that I have to see. I don't complicate that stuff with it. So I don't even use fancy indicators. I just keep it simple with the charts and the structure.
Yeah, that's the best. Amazing. Thank you for sharing your chart. So my next section of questions is about the discipline and consistency. So you have clearly developed strong discipline. What do you feel that help you build that over time? Do you have any tips for traders who are starting and don't feel like that consistency is there? Do you have any routines maybe?
Okay, so as I said, my first 2 years were the very worst phase of my trading career, and during that phase I was very reckless. I was very reckless in terms of trading. I was very reckless in terms of execution. My risk management was bad. But then I started actually learning and putting in my efforts, I had to do something about it. That okay, so the problem is not just with my trading; it is with my discipline. It is with my patience as well.
Yes.
So that is when I started journaling my trades, and journaling was the biggest. I think it was the biggest turning point of my trading career. I eventually figured out that okay, when these mistakes happen, when I do these mistakes, I eventually start getting into a losing streak, and all I had to do was just avoid them. And it's not just about avoiding them. You also have to stick to them. That you have to stick to your own discipline. I don't think it's very easy to stick to your discipline. For example, when you have a winning streak, you have that confidence in you that okay, so if I'm going to take a trade, there's a high probability that it will play out. So there are things like this that you have to stop over trading. You have to stick to your rules as well. That if I have this level of profit target, I will stick to it and I will not over trade after that. So there are things like this that eventually help me gain discipline. Okay, that I will trade in a very disciplined manner. I will take only certain setups. I will take only A+ trades. And even on my live account, I still do sometimes. I still don't follow all of my rules, but on my funded account especially, since I know that it can be breached pretty easily, so I follow all my rules and all that there.
That's amazing. I don't know, that's something that traders often don't realize, but this is such a big turning point. Because you basically reflect on your previous mistakes and learn the lessons. Sometimes, like as you mentioned, like you are learning, you need to like follow with your discipline and everything. So you may do the same mistake like 3 times, but like since you are reflecting, you can see the pattern and just like, you know. Yeah. I feel like trading is such a like mindset thing as well, because you actually like it's like self-development.
That is true.
You just basically like growing with trading. It's like
exactly.
Yeah, for me like
I think more than charts. I think more than charts, it's about your mindset as well. That how you execute a trade, how you manage your trade, how you manage your risk, and all that.
Yes.
So it plays an important part in that as well.
Yes, amazing. So you have mentioned like the trading. So which like journaling do you prefer? Do you prefer like paper version of like journaling your trades, or do you have some Notion?
No, I haven't. I use Notion. I use Notion as well. Paper journaling takes a lot of time, and I don't think I have a really great handwriting for that. So I just stick to Notion.
Notion is really good actually, because it's nice. So and it's free, so it's
pretty convenient. It setups like all your total PNL, your RR, and all of that. Like you can just list it there. Your trading screenshots and everything. You can put that there.
Exactly, the screenshot is like big thing that you can actually see, because some people they learn by visualization of the charts. So that's
exactly.
That's a huge thing. Usually, like, do you do backtesting for your strategy as well? Like, how do you improve your strategy?
I think I used to do it back in the past, but I don't think I do it anymore. I just develop. Since I have a system already, I don't think I have to tweak it that much now.
Yes.
Because since it's working for me, so I don't really like play around with it. Okay, so now I have to tweak it to see how does this work. So I am comfortable where I am right now.
Yeah, that's good. So no more backtesting for you.
Yeah,
that's great. Amazing. So you are running your Discord community. So I just wanted to ask, like, what kind of value do you aim to bring to your traders, and what you are sharing there?
Okay, so as for my Discord community, I focus on that. Like, I don't really have to act as a trading guru that I know everything. I'm the master of this game. And I don't really want to build a cult following that everyone wants to like follow me, that this guy knows everything and this guy has 100% win rate. This is the greatest trader ever. So I like to provide value in terms of my trades, in terms of how I see the market, how the psychological aspect is currently affecting the market, or like how the market sentiments are going to affect it in the future. So it's mostly my trading ideas, my trades. And that's pretty much it, and how I see the market.
That's amazing. So basically your trading setups and your opinion where market is going. So that's amazing. Thank you.
Yeah. So what I trade, I share in my Discord as well. So that's pretty much it. And that's all the value that I can provide. What else can I do that in there?
Yeah, exactly. Like, what else you can provide? I mean, like, you're already providing everything basically, because you are showing them your setups. So
exactly.
That's amazing. Yeah. The next question is about the funded journey and your payout. So you have basically made around 23,000 in a profit on your funded accounts. So can you tell us a bit more about your first payout, and how long did it take you to pass your evaluation phase and just get your first payout, maybe?
I think it took me around 3 to 4 weeks to pass my first funded account. I think I blew like 2-3 accounts before that, before getting to passing my first funded account. Yeah. So I strictly stick to my discipline that, okay, I can trade recklessly on my live account, but with the funded account, I have to like stick with my rules. I cannot mess this up this time, because I was already so stressed about everything. I was like, okay, so this is something that can turn my life around at this point. Yeah. So it took me, I think, 3-4 weeks. And when I first got my email that, okay, so now I'm a funded trader, that was a big turning point. Okay, so now I have something, I have passed the evaluation phase. I'm a funded trader now. And I eventually got to the payout level. And when that payout actually arrived, that moment was very surreal for me. So that was a redemption for me. Okay, now after the struggle of these 4 years, now I have made myself something that I can get to the point of getting a payout. So that was a pretty big turning point for me. And I'm glad that HyroTrader provided me this opportunity to like make even more than I can on my live account without risking my own capital. That's the pretty big plus point of that.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like sometimes like the emotions are different when you're trading with the profits. Yeah. So Yeah, that's
They're
definitely.
a lot different, yeah.
Yeah,
When your own money is not at stake, you can trade with much peace.
definitely.
Yeah.
I know that feeling. So I'm just sharing your payouts because you have been quite consistent with the payouts, basically from like last year in
Yeah.
October, like till now. Like your last payout was basically like, 2 weeks ago. So you have been really consistent. I think that's like, even like as you mentioned, like even if you fail some challenges, you need to like keep going and just continue.
Yeah.
So that's really good, yeah. So last thing I just want to ask, because we have talked about the discipline, so maybe something like for traders, like some advice if they're struggling to find consistency. What do you think that there is, like what's the one thing that they should focus on right now if they struggling with a consistency?
What I could tell them is that you can watch all the YouTube videos you want. You can go through all of the courses that you want, but you still won't be profitable as long as you don't have your own system. The kind of trading that you can learn on YouTube is only a retail approach towards trading, and retail traders are never profitable. There's a reason for that. Yeah. So eventually, when you figure out your own trading system and when you make your own strategy, and not just that, you also have to build your own mindset. You have to control your emotions. You have to control your patience. You have to work with discipline. That is what actually makes you profitable. So as long as you're not doing that, you're not managing your risk, you will always end up blowing your accounts.
Amazing. Thank you for that answer. I think it's going to help so many traders. So that's great. That is my last question, and I hope you will have like another like amazing great payouts, and we will continue our you will continue your trading journey with us, and it was so nice to having you. Thank you for being here.